Hello, my Earth babies. Welcome back to my channel. I am Sachi the Scorpio. Happy April Fool's Day. Instead of playing a trick on you, we're going to take a look and see how you play tricks on yourself. We're going to look into a cycle that you can't seem to break, and then we're going to look how best to break that, and also pick a child oracle of how to bring a little bit more childish energy and what your inner child needs to help heal this. I suggest watching your sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to do a collective earth energy, and then I will do Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The timestamps are in the description box below, and they will be in the other videos for sun, moon, and rising, so please make sure you check that out for your messages. Also, I have all the soulmate twin flame readings up for April, and I did a collective consciousness spread for humanity during the pandemic if you want to check that out as well. So we're going to take a look at the earth signs. What do all earth signs need to hear? How are they acting the fool? Ooh, that was coming out. Double dragon energy. So there's a soulmate twin flame energy that's going on, that is a cycle that you're in where you're kind of acting a fool about it. You know, you're playing yourself. So yeah, that's what you need to know. All right. Like any type of double dragon energy or double colorless is always soulmate twin flame, but I do take double dragon as twin flame more because double colorless I usually associate with soulmates. So let's see. How do we break this cycle? Okay. I heard that they wanted a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So it might be about particularly doing something. Or a ritual. What is this? How do we break it? Did I see a flipper? How do we break this cycle? Mystery energy. It's still a mystery. Wow. Wow, that was some heavy ass shit. So even the cards are saying, you know, you need to accept the mystery of what this is, of the soulmate twin flame connection. You need to understand that you won't know where it's going. This is heavy energy coming out, and especially because this is mystery energy and psychic type. So, you know, this is about the third eye of, I think it's accepting that you don't know where things are going, and it's possible that you want to control the way that the soulmate twin flame relationship is going. And you can't. You have to let that be a mystery. That's one of the wonderful things about soulmate twin flame relationships, is that they are very mysterious and pretty intense. Wow, good for you guys. All right, what does the inner child want to say to all the earth signs? Oof, my throat chakra just went on fire. I feel like you want to scream. If you need to go outside and scream, do it. Do it. Ooh. The watery. Wow. So this is very Capricorn-y because we have, you know, a mermaid here. But also the watery is, you know, to get in touch with your emotions, get in touch with your intuition. The watery is signified by Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But I also would definitely say this is a Capricorn. So, you know, for Capricorns, it's even more important, you know, to get in touch with your inner child, especially because, you know, the life of a Capricorn, you're known as Father Time, right? And so typically your life starts off a little backwards. You know, you're born old, and then things get a little bit more childlike as you get older. You guys have a very interesting karmic path. So, you know, it's very important for you to tune into your inner child, but for all of you to get in touch with your emotions on this. And the dash and the shield. So there's some energy about running from something, and also shielding yourself off from something. And it might be the emotions, because, you know, earth signs, they can be emotional, but they don't really like dealing with it because, you know, earth, it's all about dealing with, you know, what can you physically do? You know, the tangible makes sense to you guys the most. But it is important to embrace the emotional energy, the watery energy in our lives, and not to run from it and not to shield off from it. So, Yeah, and I think there's also this dichotomy of the emotional energy where either you like to, you know, stay put or run away. And also, you know, the emotional regulation of the fact that we can't dash and that, you know, we are being like protected and defensive and shielded in our homes right now. And I think that that's some emotional regulation journey that we all need to go on. So, okay, my dears, I'm going to do Taurus, then Virgo, and then Capricorn. Again, the timestamp is below. Okay, Taurus. Taurus. Let's see, what's the cycle? How is Taurus playing themselves? How are they tricking themselves? What cycle? Okay, so we have Watchhog using held item inspection. So there might be an obsession of stalking somebody or watching someone maybe on social media, or maybe you're spying on your neighbors or something. But held item inspection, I feel like there's some sort of particularity perhaps to your environment of where items need to be, or something that you have, or even held item inspection. So held item inspection is when like your opponent reveals what's in his or her hand. So I have a feeling that you're trying to figure out what other people are holding, you know, what is their held item. And I think, excuse me, there's like a pretty big particularity about, you know, your nosiness in terms of that. You know, we also had the energy of, you know, in the collective earth was the soulmate twin flame problem. So I have a feeling that it might be about, you know, what your soulmate twin flame, you know, has or whatever, or maybe watching them a little bit too closely. So it says using luminescent matter, it makes its eyes and bodies glow and stuns attacking opponents. So I think that maybe, you know, using luminescent matter, it makes its eyes and body glow to stun attacking opponents. You know, I have a feeling that this is about adorning your body and, you know, maybe a focus on, you know, your eyes and your body glowing, of how you're dressing, maybe makeup, or, you know, very much how you look. And Taurus, considering that you're ruled by Venus, I'm not surprised. You're a sign that's ruled by the planet of love. So, you know, how things look, the physical aesthetic is very important. So I think that there's a cycle of thinking that if you look a certain way, you'll be able to, you know, stun your opponent. You know what I mean? But it doesn't work that way. To try to like see what's in their hand, you know, like how they feel and stuff like that. So don't play yourself a fool. How do we break this? Bagon using Lear. So this is some dragon energy. So it is a soulmate twin flame for sure. And this is about physically seeing them. This is a card of travel, of going places. So I think, you know, wait until you can go somewhere, till you can see somebody. So, you know, maybe if you can't travel, obviously a lot of us can't, you know, be able to leer at them, be able to see them. So do a video chat, and just wait until you can see them. You know, travel is indicated here. And it says, dreaming of one day flying, it practices by leaping off cliffs every day. Oh, that's cute. So, and dangerous. So I think that there is some sort of risk that needs to be taken. You know, it dreams of flying one day and it practices by leaping off cliffs every day. So I think that, you know, making small steps to yourself and doing what you need to do before you can take that flight, before you can physically go see them, is very important to understand. Like, there are other things that need to happen. You know, you need to like leap off a couple of cliffs before you're going to be able to take that flight and go see them. Okay. All right. What does Taurus's inner child want to say? Whoa. So the lock and the shield. So I think that this has to do with, you know, being in quarantine, or, you know, being restricted, of locks, of not having the ability to open something. And I think that a reference of mind needs to happen. It's like, you're not locked inside, you're protecting yourself, you're shielding yourself, and you need to understand that that's very important, and you can't physically go and do something. So yeah, I think that is very, very important. And honestly, I think you guys got the same type of energy during your April sex tarot. So that's also up, I forgot to mention. So, okay, Taurus, I hope that you got what you needed. And I hope to see you again for the next read. Hello, my vivacious Virgos. All right, let's see. What is the cycle that you are being played a fool, that you play in yourself? Gibble using never enough in reverse. Wow, yeah, you fight with yourself too much about feeling that you're never enough. So, I mean, that's not surprising. That's not surprising. And it could be someone else that you're dealing with, maybe, that you feel like they're not giving enough. I know if you're in quarantine, Virgo, you know, your partners, you have such high expectations for yourself and for them, and maybe they're feeling like they can never give enough to you. So this is a cycle where you play in yourself. You know, this is a fighting type. So there's some energy of, you know, you need to go a little bit easier on them, or go a little easier on yourself. Let's see, what does it say? It nests in small horizontal holes in cave walls. It pounces to catch prey that stray too close. So, you know, it nests in small horizontal holes. So it is talking about the home, you know, in cave walls. And then it pounces to catch prey that come too close. So I think that maybe your energy is a little bit like, you know, you're quick to attack others, or others are quick to attack you in your environment, in the home. And that energy is a cycle that's stuck that you need to take care of, because it's not good. How does Virgo break this? Okay, I heard that they want to break this. How does Virgo break this? How does Virgo break this? Looks like it's going to take some time. How does Virgo break this cycle? Okay. Let's see here. Usually if it takes too long, it means it's not in the right order. How does Virgo break this cycle? There we go. So we have execute in reverse using ram, and Dunsparce in reverse using rollout. So again, we have a lot of upside down energy. And honestly, when I read like cave walls, I really was getting kind of like some pussy energy of using like sexuality and sexual energy, you know, in order to try to fix this for some of you. And execute using ram. So I always associate this as a sexual card as well, because we have execute using ram. I associate, you know, because this is, what does it say? Even though it appears to be eggs of some sort, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. So again, about seeds and ramming, I think that there is some sexual energy that can, that can help here. That can help, help whatever this fighting about never being enough. You know, there is some sexual healing that needs to be done, and you can you know, use sexual energy as healing. And ram is a little bit on the harder side, so maybe it's to let out that fighting and that aggression in the bedroom. And then for some of you, because it is seeds, it could be, you know, be like be a little bit easier going on your children. And Dunsparce using rollout. This is, I found out, was a snake. So I thought it was always a bug, but it's actually based on a wide snake of Japanese lore. I found that out yesterday. So it says it digs into the ground with its tail and makes a maze-like nest. it can fly just a little. So again, we have some energy of like being in the nest and only being able to fly a little. And I think that that's kind of the constraint that everyone is going under, of not being able to really move around a lot, especially leave your home. So I think that, you know, some energy of like, you can fly just a little, so make sure you take advantage of that, of how you can move. You know, this is roll out, like I'm about to roll out. Like if you can go and spend some time like just sitting out in the yard, or, you know, if you have a park close by or something like that, you know, it's good to take your government sponsored walk, right? So just, you know that you have control over things. You can still fly a little, and be careful of this never enough energy, fighting about that. All right, what does Virgo's inner child want to say? What does Virgo's inner child? Ooh, okay, so 2. This one wanted to come out first. The lock, yeah, so it is about being locked in the house. Taurus got that as well. So I think that, you know, Virgo, especially because expecting to know the way that the world will behave is, you know, most important to you guys. That's what makes you so special. You can develop a code, you know, of like, it's supposed to be this way because of this. Boom, concrete, boom, bam, boom, done, you know. And because the world is now, you know, behaving in a different way, I totally feel your anxiety. And, you know, being under lock and key, you need to remember that this is a protective measure. You're not locked inside. You are sheltering. You are protecting yourself. And I think that that frame of mind really needs to switch, and you're not locked inside. Again, like, use that little bit of flying that you have to feel that power and to feel in control, you know, because Virgos like to be in control. They do. They like to tell others what to do. So, you know, go sit out in the yard, go sit out in the courtyard. You know, if you have a park nearby, go to that. Just take the little bit of the fly a little bit that you can. Yeah, and the shield. Remember, like, you are not locking yourself. You're not locked in. You're shielding yourself. You're protecting yourself. So it's very, very important to do that. Taurus got this exact same one. Wow. Okay, Virgo. Oh, I also forgot to mention that I have the April Sex Tarot up as well. I will link that at the end here if you want to view that. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you again for the next read. Hello, my Capricorns. Hello, my cool Cappies. So I forgot to mention in the intro, but I also have April's Sex Erotica Tarot, SEX Life, spreads up. I found out in the algorithm you can't put sex because it's not marketable. So anytime you see SEX Life, that's the monthly forecast for sexual energy. But all right, so let's see for Capricorn. What is the cycle that they are playing themselves a fool? What is the cycle that they are playing themselves a fool? Ooh. So there's some money situation that's not right. There's some money situation that's not right. It could just be your general relationship with money. Could also be your relationship with like marijuana or some sort of plant-based relationship, tobacco. And this is also associated with the heart chakra. So you have maybe something in your heart that you're not expressing, you know, some sort of blockage of the heart chakra, of love. So, and especially because the general energy, you know, for earth signs was about the soulmate twin flame. So I think that there is something that you really need to deal with in your heart chakra in that regard. What's the shadow? How... Whoa, that's weird. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is my shadow deck, but how do we break it? How does Capricorn break this? So we have coughing using foul gas, and then Bunari using bounce in reverse. So there's some sort of conversation that needs to be had. It's gonna hurt, you know, it's foul gas. Like, bad things have to be said, you know, something needs to come out, you know, there's some sort of toxicity here that needs to be, you know, released from the inside out. and it's, you know, some psychic energy, and it's binary in reverse, bounce in reverse. So this is not something that you can bounce from. This is not something that you can just like, bye, I'm out, and abandon. Okay, let's see. Foul gas, it says, its thin balloon-like body is inflated by horrible toxic gases. It reeks when it's nearby. So this could be some sort of like toxic person that you have, especially if it's, you know, money related, or your relationship with money, you know. And also foul gas, you know, I did mention like the marijuana and the tobacco, and this is literally like, you know, stankin', absolutely stankin', and like has his body inflated by this horrible toxic gas. So you really need to adjust your relationship with that. But there is an aspect of not leaving something. This also I associate with the LGBTQA community, because we have the rainbow there. It says, its ears are always rolled up. They can be forcefully extended to shatter even a large boulder. Wow, I can do that with its ears. Its ears are always rolled up. They can be forcefully extended to shatter even a large boulder. So there's something about like something that needs to be shattered, something that needs to be broken. It might be about a broken heart. It might be about a broken heart and something, some sort of toxic, like the words that you're keeping inside are toxic. They need to come out, you know, and it's not the ending. It's not gonna be a bounce. All right, let's see. What does Capricorn's inner child want to say about this? What does Capricorn's inner child want to say? What does Capricorn's inner child want to say? Ooh. So they wanted to come out simultaneously. So we have the bubbles. You know, this is you, Capricorn. It's a mermaid. So this is about getting in tune with the water aspect of yourself. You know, like you're the goat, but you're the water goat. And, you know, you feel those emotions all the time because you have that mermaid tail, that fish tail. So you're in the water and you're feeling the emotions, but you don't really like to express it. And I feel like this is getting more a little bit in tune with that watery energy, especially when it comes to your heart chakra. And also relax, take a bubble bath, you know. Yeah, wow, the watery is the other one that popped out. Yeah, so get in touch with your water energy. Get in touch with your water energy, your emotional energy. And if you're dealing with a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, that might, your inner child is asking for that as well. But your inner child really needs to get in tune with its emotions about this. Okay, Capricorn. Thank you very much. Again, I have the Soulmate Twin Flame reading, the sex readings, and I did a collective consciousness for the pandemic. So please check all of those out, and I hope to see you again for the next reading. Bye-bye.